Welcome once again, everyone, to Mary's School of Prophecy. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of these end times. And as usual, we have a very interesting program, and that is another decode of a dream which Snowland received just a few days ago. And I'm going to contact Paula because she really did all the work on this decode. She was way ahead of me. If this was a race, she won by a mile because we both received the dream about the same time. And I had decoded three of the numbers, and she already sent me a note back saying she had decoded the whole thing. So, Paula, I am about to claim publicly that Paula, I believe, is the fourth eagle of the apocalypse. As you know, I have said all along there are four eagles of the apocalypse. The first one was St. Vincent Ferrer. The second one was St. Bernardino of Siena. And I'm the third. And I think Paula could very well be the fourth because she did a wonderful job on decoding Paula's dream. Now, I have a different sound setup, as you can tell here. I have decided that the other microphone is not working, so I am using the microphone on the Apple computer. I'm going to call Paula right now to see if we can, we're kind of experimenting here at the beginning of this program because the sound has not been too good before. So let's see if we can get Paula's voice and my voice to coordinate on here at the same time. So good.
Hello.
Hi, Paula. Now I'm experimenting on the, before we get started, I'm experimenting on the sound. And can you say testing 1, 2, 3?
Shepherd's voice says, "Go, Snowland, go." Thanks, Mr. Tapley and Paula.
Okay, now it's not too bad, but I think I can maybe get a little bit better for your voice. Just a minute. I think I have to put a little, raise the phone up a little bit. Okay, so now say testing 1, 2, 3 again.
Testing 1, 2, 3 again.
Okay, now, so now people, I've got the setup exactly right now. This is good for me. We are using the microphone on the computer. In fact, I can make it a little bit louder. Well, let's just leave it right there. So, has anybody got any comment? Okay, Shepherd's Boy says the sound is perfect. Paula's audio is perfect. So, isn't this great? We may have to use this setup, Paula.
Okay, good. I'm still going to talk louder than I normally would.
Okay.
Is this too loud?
Oh, no, it's not too loud. No.
Okay.
No, it's just fine from what I can see. And evidently, Shepherd's Boy says it's good. So, let's go with what we've got. So let me get the slides because I did have an intro here I wanted to go over. And what I wanted to say is that this dream, and I think you'll agree with me, is that Paula's entire message is given through numerology. And that's why you and I call this the numerology dream. And I've been thinking that this is actually very similar to Dana Coverstone's dream. It's very similar to the Wichita fire dream. And it's about the impending destruction of the Catholic Church. In other words, the defeat of the Rosary by the Antichrist at the beginning of the tribulation. And the Catholic Church itself says that the Church must follow her Lord in his death and resurrection. And that's what I believe all of these recent dreams have been about. So, and by the way, Paul, now you say there is a significance in the date itself, the date that Snowland received the dream.
Yes. She received it on April 26, 2023, and you add the 4 and the 26 and the 20.
Okay.
That gets 50, which is, Mary's Rosary.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last two numbers, the 23, is 666.
Very good.
2 over 3.
2 over 3, man over God. So even before Paul and I interpreted Snowland's dream, the date that Snowland received the dream was extremely significant. Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm. It is. And I think you made a good point saying that the Rosary represents the Catholic Church,
Mm-hmm.
because primarily it's Catholics who pray
exactly. Okay, so now I'm going to put the first slide on the screen. And do you want, I think what we'll do is I'll read those slides and then you can do the interpretation. Okay, okay. So here is the first slide. This was the letter that Snowland sent me. It's been a long while since I had a dream, but this dream was a build-up. In my real life, I was at a Latin Mass. My inner soul was talking to Jesus. I looked at his cross when he told me a code or a number, 3141. Ever since then, I was stuck with that number. Okay, go ahead, Paul. I think I'll leave that on the screen and you can talk about it. Okay.
Yes, the 3141 is highly significant. In fact, it gets a whole page of a transcript. Way before Snowland received this prophetic dream, the Lord had given her the solution hidden in the number 3141, which he gave her at Mass. At the very end of the dream transcript, Snowland asked, anything in the Bible on or about 3141? Well, in the Douay-Rheims Bible, only 3 books have a 31st chapter with a 41st verse. And significantly, the first one is Genesis 31:41. The other 2 are Numbers 31:41, the book of Numbers, and the other one is Sirach 31:41. But the second 2 did not seem pertinent. The first one really stood out because...
Okay, let me interrupt you in a minute here. You said the first one stood out, so I've got a slide of Genesis 31. Let me put that on the screen while you're talking about it.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Tapley.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, so only the first scripture provides a clue to understanding Snowland's dream. By adding up the quantities mentioned in the verse, the solution is produced. 20 plus 14 plus 6 plus 10 equals 50 Hail Marys in a 1 mystery rosary.
Wow, that's amazing, Paula. Wow.
It is. It really is. Because, in fact, the scripture itself, when it says, I've served your house for 20 years, and then he breaks it down.
Mm-hmm.
It's 14 and 6 to make the 20, and then, plus you increase my wages 10 times.
Yeah.
But you have to count each one as a separate number. So you include the 20 and the 14
sure.
and the 6 and the 10. And that took a little bit of, detective work to figure out what was going on there.
Yes. So we've given 2 numbers, and that is the date of the dream and the number 3141. So it's all very significant. So now let's look at the second slide, and this is the...
Oh, I'm not ready yet.
Oh, you're not ready? Oh, excuse me. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Also, the numbers 3141 could refer to the book of Genesis in another way.
Okay.
It could be 3:1, 4 plus 1, which equals Genesis 3:15.
Oh, wow.
Because also in the beginning, God foretold the solution. Just like in the beginning, he foretold the solution to Snowland at Mass.
Okay.
In Genesis 3:15, I think we all know that one by heart, but I will read it anyway.
Okay.
I will put enmities between thee and the woman, and thy seed and her seed. She shall crush thy head, and thou shalt lie in wait for her heel.
Wow.
Now, the number 3141 has a third possibility.
Okay.
And Snowland had picked up on this one, so I'm not going to claim credit for this. And actually, Kyle had taught me this trick way back last year. Numbers entered into a calculator can be read upside quick entry of 3141 into a calculator produces the word hell.
Oh, wow.
When you have to take the figures, they have to be inverted, so you read them upside down, that's inverted, and perverted,
Okay.
mixed up.
Okay.
So you have to unscramble.
Okay.
And again, 3141 is code for the solution, the Rosary. But because of the enmities that were, prophesied way back in Genesis 3:15, the serpent is very calculating.
Okay. Okay.
And of course, we all know he inverts and perverts it as hell.
Okay.
And so you have this threefold meaning of the 3141. It's fitting since it is God, the Trinity, who gave Snowland the number and the dream.
Yes, and all those numbers come right out of the Bible. So we're using the Bible to interpret Snowland's dream, which is proper for any co-prophet. This is the ideal situation. Okay, so now.
Slide 4.
Oh no! Well, no. I want to go. I want to show all.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I want to show all of her her entire letter.
That's right.
So this is now continuing with what Snowland wrote. Skipping a lot of days until today, God knew I made it my mission to know what it was. So I asked the only thing that knows the answer to a lot of our questions, the internet, namely Google. I looked it up. Code 3141 on Google, and this happened to be the second research on Google. So Snowland tries to get the answers from Google, and as we shall see, it takes a co-prophet instead of Google to solve the problem. But now here is the next part of her letter, because she looked it up. This is what she looked up on Google, and this is the legal meaning of Code 3141. So let's look at the next slide. Nope, that's not the one. No, we've got it. So this is the legal code. A judicial officer of a court of original jurisdiction over an offense, or a judicial officer at a federal appellate court, shall order that pending imposition or execution of sentence or pending appeal of conviction or sentence, a person shall be released or detained under this chapter. And I thought when I was doing this, it takes a special kind of co-prophet just to understand the legal term, right? There are people, I suppose, who understand that, but like you say, legalese is typical gobbledygook. Okay. I couldn't agree more, Paula. Okay, let's look at now. Slide number 4 is the one you want to talk about. So let me put that on the screen, okay?
Yes.
I did not know that the USA had this number under the justice law. So today, I finally got my dream. That was April 26th. It started off with me helping a famous actor lady, Angelina Jolie, getting a tattoo. She went to a room that does tattoos. She told me to ask one of the clerks or someone to help her with the tattoo that she wanted on her back as she took a seat. I agreed and went to the man, and he told me it depends on what she wants and how many hours or minutes it's going to take. Okay, go ahead, Paula.
Well, we can go right to slide 5 again. Let's go to slide 5. Because I really don't have much to say about this.
Oh, okay. Well,
it carries over into 5, so I'm just going to join the 2.
Okay, I just wanted to mention one thing on this particular aspect of Angelina Jolie. I did do a search on Google of Angelina Jolie's tattoos, and she has them all over her entire back. She's got, I think she says 19 or 20 tattoos. She has them all over her back, all over her arms. And I think, as you mentioned, the most significant one is on her left arm, so we shouldn't be surprised at that, but she also has them on her shoulders. Okay, so now we'll go up to the next slide you want to look at. This is the next part of Snowland's dream. Just a minute. I walked over to him and saw he was at the computer. He was looking at motherboards that looked like computer chips or with codes on them, which reminded me, could he help me look up 3141? I asked and he started to help me. He looked at the computer and began to scroll on it so he can find it. It was not on any of the motherboard's chips code. I told him about Google's response to it. He was interested about the code. He was determined to look for it. I had to wait for him. The actress never got her tattoo since I put the man on a mission. So I told her she had to wait for him, and she said, okay. Okay, Paula, go ahead.
All right. Well, Snowland's dream referred to both tattoos and computer chips.
Mm-hmm.
They are dream symbols for the mark.
Okay.
And then there are, in the dream, there's a triple indication of expectant waiting.
Okay.
Now, the first time, the waiting is Snowland had to wait 249 days after her picture clock dream on August 21 of last year before receiving this latest dream. So 249 days is 2 plus 4 plus 9 equals 15 decades in the three mystery rosary. So even with the time span between the two dreams, God was re-emphasizing the solution, which is the rosary.
Uh-huh.
And then Snowland had to wait in the dream for the man to search on his computer for the 3141 code.
Mm-hmm.
And Snowland, the third waiting is Snowland told the actress she would have to wait until the man was through searching.
Yes.
So there's an expectancy.
Oh, okay. You think the waiting is to indicate expectancy? Is that the idea?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, next slide. Seconds later, he found it. He said he found it by using a clock or countdown device, which he turned on, and it reflected off the floor, causing a shadow. Left to right, 31 was the first. In the middle was the countdown number of 843. It was going down fast, and it was in a red color. And next to it was 41. I looked up to see 3 people on my left side on a street that appeared which no one was able to see except me. They were just behind the actor lady. They were strange, and they were wearing blue silk. I don't know if they were men or women. I looked down at the floor, and I see the 843 countdown number had turned to 343. It was going down fast. Okay, Paula.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The man, who, by the way, is not Dana's man in white,
Okay.
succeeds in finding the code by using a clock or countdown device, which he turned on, and it reflected off the floor, causing a shadow. This was all bad imagery. The tattoo artist's job is to give the mark. The image reflected off the floor equals down,
Mm-hmm.
and caused a shadow.
Mm.
A shadow can also be an unholy spirit.
Mm.
The actress wanted a tattoo on her back. That indicates that those who take the mark are turning their back on God.
Yeah, amazing.
But the code provides hope for the faithful. The code, reading from left to right, 3-1, 3 plus 1 equals 4 n times. Then the middle number, 843 in red. 8 plus 4 plus 3 is 15 for the rosary. It was counting down fast, then 41, 4 plus 1 equals 5, decades in one mystery of the rosary. The color red, Mary's divine spouse, God the Holy Ghost, is symbolized by the color red, which represents the fire of his eternal love. Snowland then looked up and saw 3 people to her left on a street that appeared, which no one else was able to see except her. Street stands for worldliness.
Mm-hmm.
They were behind the actress.
Okay.
That means they were following her ideologies.
Okay.
The 3 people were strange. That means they were dissimilar from the remnant. And they were wearing blue silk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Snowland had said they were on her left.
Okay.
The left and blue
Okay.
indicate liberalism
Mm-hmm.
or the Liberal Party.
Yeah.
Because you had decoded Dana's blue wave dream as communism.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
blue here is not representative of Mary. It is in this case, because it's with this tattoo artist, it's communism.
And the blue states in our own political system are considered the leftist states, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And that's how you accurately
Mm-hmm.
interpret it as the blue wave. Please note that China is the world's foremost silk producer, and China is communistic.
Sure.
So this is
Consistent.
consistent. Thank you. Snowland says she didn't know if the people were men or women. Well, liberals promote
Sure.
gender confusion.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back down at the floor, Snowland saw the 843 countdown turn to 343 and going down fast. That's a mathematical difference of 500. In sacred numerology, you can take or leave 0, so 500 may be reduced to 50, the Rosary.
Okay. Another number for the Rosary. Okay. Very good. Okay. Thanks, Paula. Now I got to move down to the next slide. I think I've got it here. Did we do? Oh,
We're on 7.
on 7. Okay, just a minute. There we go. Someone pointed up and said, "It's writing on the wall." The colors of
No.
the. Am I the right one?
It's writing on the ceiling.
Oh, why did I say that? See, that's my. And Daniel is overruling Snowland here. Someone pointed up and said, "It's writing on the ceiling." The color of the numbers was red. The numbers were written on individual tiles next to each other. I forgot the first code. I think it was in the 300s. I said it once to remember, but forgot. Then I looked at the people who were outside, and no one else saw. They were carrying a message. As they yelled it out, I repeated what they said. Counter airstrike. Okay, Paula, did you have anything?
Yes. You were trying to steal my thunder, that's all.
Probably.
Okay, so then someone pointed up and said, "It's writing on the ceiling." Obviously, ceiling is up and symbolizes God or his kingdom. This reminds us of when God wrote on the wall
Okay.
to announce the destruction of the evil court of King Balthazar, which happens to be found in Daniel 5:5.
Wow. Very good.
5 plus 5
Mhm.
is 10.
Mhm.
Hail Marys in a decade of the Rosary, which will defeat the 10 evil kings of the Antichrist.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the evil king Balthazar, and then the evil kings of the AC. So this is an amazing tie-in there.
Uh-huh.
Snowland saw that the numbers were read and written on individual tiles next to each other. She thinks the code was still in the 300s, but can't remember the exact number. Individual tiles next to each other represents the beads of a rosary.
Sure. Very good.
Then Snowland looked back at the people outside that no one else saw. They were carrying a message and yelled it out. Snowland repeated it in the dream to remember what they said, which was counter airstrike.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the device that the man used was a counter.
Okay.
The device that the remnant uses is the rosary,
Okay.
which is
Which is
also a counter.
which is a counter. Yeah.
Which is a counter, but which we counter Hail Mary
Sure.
and our Our Fathers in order to counter
Okay.
the evil plans of the serpent.
Yeah. Yeah.
The prayers of our rosaries rise up in the air to God's throne.
Sure. Okay. So like in Snowland's dream, this is a counter and it's an airstrike. Wonderful.
It's an airstrike.
Okay.
Because the prayers go up and they come down as graces raining down on mankind.
Okay. Very good. Terrific. Paula. Okay. Okay. Let's move.
That's okay, Peter.
Sorry about that. Okay. Now here's the next slide. This is Snowland's dream. There's another code, someone yelled. I looked up to see the number with the same red color changed to 294. This time I remembered the number. I looked at the people. They were agonizing, starting to become mean, and trying to hide from something. They looked like they were trying to find food. Another code! I looked up and I saw 123 with the same red color. This time they were all in 3 tiles. 123, 123, 123. I looked back at the people who started to shake, and a white light appeared. It was the end of my dream. Okay, Paula, what a conclusion.
Okay. Now we get to the nitty-gritty.
Okay, the grand climax.
Grand climax. Someone yelled, "There's another code." So Snowland looked up again and saw the number change with the same red color. 294.
Mm-hmm.
2 plus 9 plus 4 equals 15. Rosary.
Okay.
This time she remembered the exact number. Snowland then looked at the people. They were agonizing, starting to become mean, and trying to hide from something. And they looked like they were trying to find food. This indicates that when the proverbial dung hits the fan, liberals who think they are woke and don't need Mary or her rosary or scapular,
Mm-hmm.
they will become greatly distressed by the wicked reality imposed by the AC. They will try to hide, and they will be desperate for food. But because they don't pray Mary's most holy rosary or wear her brown scapular, they will not find safety or food in the refuges of the remnant Catholics. Hearing another code, Snowland looked up and saw 123 with the same red color. This time they were all in 3 tiles. 123, 123, 123. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6, so the 3 tiles next to each other read 6, 6, 6.
Sure. Very good.
One final time, Snowland looked back at the people. They started to shake. They were filled with terror. And a white light appeared. And I theorized that perhaps that's the ball of redemption spoken of by Our Lady at Bayside.
Yeah, it could be. It could be the ball of redemption, which comes at the very end of
Or do you think it could be the warning?
Yeah, I'm not sure, Paul. I know you mentioned that before, and it's a fitting end to this dream because it's not. I think it's God's intervening one way or another. It could be Armageddon. It could be the ball of redemption. It could be any of those things. But it's the conclusion. It's a fit conclusion for this dream, I think.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I wanted to put on the screen the slide of the. This is where this is the last thing that Snowland wrote. And she said, and this is what you already talked about this, but this is what Snowland wrote. This was the end of her letter. She says, so if you rearrange the code numbers 3141, you get HELL. The number 4 upside down and backwards looks like an H. The number 3 backwards looks like a capital E. The number 1 printed twice looks like LL. So that explains what you said about interpreting 3141. And then Snowland mentioned this. She said, check out this headline from Google. Russia's Satan II long-range missile has been in development for years. A real headline. We as a nation and family don't have much time left. Much prayers. God bless everyone. Well, I think Snowland is right about we not having much time left. And it's interesting that Russia did name their huge long-range missile Satan II. So I think that the nuclear war is, we're up against nuclear war, although I don't think that's what Snowland's dream is about. Snowland's dream is about the destruction of the Catholic Church. In other words, the Rosary being followed and defeated by 666. And then Snowland concluded her letter to me. She said, anything in the Bible on or about 3141. And of course, we went over that. So I also want to go over the numerology chart, Paula. And you, well, first of all, I think I will show you. Now, these are the numbers that Snowland saw. And I put them on the screen there. And this is the whole decode that Paula just did is based on just these numbers, because this is what Snowland saw. Now, she saw it in a sequence, which is important. You know, the top row, the top line, she saw that first, and the second line, and she saw those by looking down at the floor. And then I put that dotted line across to indicate a separation there. And the next three numbers she saw on the ceiling. In other words, she had to look up. So once again, there are two lines referring to mankind, and then three lines referring to God. That's why she looked up at the ceiling. And of course, what we have here is 2 over 3, which is another expression of 666, the number of the Antichrist. So just the entire structure of the numerology that Snowland saw indicates the Antichrist defeating Mary's Rosary. So...
and I think another important thing to mention was, you know, the countdowns, Snowland indicated that they were going very fast.
Yeah, very good.
Time is speeding up. It really is.
Yes, and that's why we're hurrying to get this video done. Okay, now I want to look at this numerology chart. No, not that. So the 3. You did not go over this. I thought you were going to mention the 3 with the 2 question marks, the number that the snow.
Yes, you show my chart.
Oh, okay. Let me show you a chart. Okay, I've got it right here. Okay, there's the chart. I've got the chart on the screen. Can you see it yet, Paula? You probably can't see it yet.
I'll wait. I'll let you know.
Okay, it'll take a few seconds.
There it is. Okay, I got it.
Okay, so why don't you talk about?
Hold on, you're back to Snowland.
No.
Back to mine.
Well, wait a minute. It's coming.
Okay. Okay.
Can you see it yet? Because I've had this on the screen. This is the Decode chart.
Okay, now it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, go right ahead. Go right ahead. And
so I extrapolated from Snowland's chart.
Okay.
And because we were trying to figure out the number that she couldn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And so obviously the numbers were dropping down. The middle numbers were changing.
Yes.
And the first time they dropped down by 500. And then the next time she couldn't remember. And then the next time she saw it was 294. So we're looking at the middle numbers. And I was able to figure out that the middle number had to be 333. And I played around with it until I just got the solution. And I tried various, ways of figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I got it's 333.
Okay.
And 333 is perfect. And you're right about, how it's separated, the chart is separated, looking down 2 times, looking up 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
and then at Fatima, so I added the numbers vertically and horizontally and made sure they jived for
Okay.
the 2470 total. And that breaks down and adds up to 13, which was the repetitive Fatima date. And remember, at Fatima, Our Lady said every time she appeared, pray your rosary every day.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, in this chart, Rosary.
Yes.
And William, you had asked why the calculation sum of 247b equals 13 wasn't further reduced to 4, adding the 1 and the 3.
Okay.
Well, God has given us the clue. There are no single-digit integers in the code manifestation chart.
Okay, very good. Mm-hmm.
And Snowland had forgotten, and what I think is really interesting about that 333, which I've highlighted in yellow, it's smack dab in the middle of the chart.
Yeah.
It's like, the middle mark, tic-tac-toe board or something.
Yeah.
She had forgotten the central integer 333, which God allowed as another mystery to be solved.
Yeah.
Well, central 333, God.
Okay.
That's where our center needs to be.
Uh-huh.
We need to be centered on God,
Uh-huh.
which the Rosary is.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And then again, notice the last numbers that Snowland saw in her dream were identical. They are the exception.
Mm-hmm.
None of the other numbers were identical. And the reason for that is it reveals 666.
Okay, exactly right. Well, wonderful, Paula. I think that's a terrific interpretation of Snowland's dream. And who would think that you would get all that? Let me show the numbers. Who would think you would get that entire decode out of just those numbers? But the way they're presented and the significance of the numbers, and this is the first time I don't know of any other prophecy in the Bible or elsewhere that is composed entirely of numbers. And yet it shows numerology is very important in apocalyptic prophecy. I've talked about that many, many, many times on this channel for 15 years here on YouTube. I've been mentioning that. The very first video I did on YouTube 15 years ago was on the hidden meaning of the number 666, and of course I mentioned in there the two over 3. But as I say, this is a very unusual dream, and of course it's very significant.
It is, and it's very hard to look at it symbolically because you naturally, I'm speaking for myself, naturally want to interpret it literally.
Yeah.
You just do. You
Sure.
see computers, you see tattoos, you see, the people out. You just want to. We are so literal in our thinking, and so the struggle is to get past that. And I struggle with it all the time because I was like, it means, and I'm thinking, in the natural.
Sure.
But once I break through,
Mm-hmm.
then it just starts coming. And the flow of I just didn't want to interrupt the flow. That's why I had to do it all in a day.
Oh, the Holy Spirit was guiding you, Paula, no doubt about it.
I said if I stop,
Yeah.
I'm going to lose it.
I know exactly I know exactly how you feel. That's exactly the way I feel, the same way. So.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, well, I think we can. Did you want to stay on the line, or did you want to?
Well, I can sure I can, but I probably won't say anything. I do want to just mention that everybody else can do this too. You just have to stop looking at things literally and look at them symbolically.
Very good point, Paula.
Yeah. And we all have the best teacher, don't we? And Mr. Tapley, he's taught us all the rules.
The Bible says that in the end times, the Holy Spirit would be poured out on all flesh, even animals. So, okay, Paula. Well, the only thing I thought of is if you could hang up, and maybe Snowland would like to call in.
That's very good. That would be fine with me, because I'm sure you can answer any questions.
Okay.
Okay. God bless you all.
Thanks again, Paula. Bye now.
Goodbye.
Okay, so I cleared the phone, Snowland. I don't know if you're listening or not, but if you would like to call in and you can kind of correct us if we made any mistakes or if you have any additions or corrections to Paula's interpretation. And in the meantime, I will go over the chat and see what everybody else wants to talk about. And Paula can always call back in. If you have a question for Paula, she can call back in. So, okay, Shepherd's Boy, And he says, go, Snowland, go. Thanks, Mr. Taffley and Paula. Well, you're very welcome. Joyce Aycock is here. Shepherd's Boy says, I like the train crossing bell. Is that this one? Yeah, the train was going by right as I was setting up this program just a few minutes ago. I was saying I hope the train goes by and maybe emphasizes some of our points. Oh, Snowland is going to call in. Hi, Snowland. Go ahead. This is wonderful.
Hello, William. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. What did you think about Paula's Decode?
She actually did excellent.
Wasn't it terrific? So we're so glad you got the dream, and you got it out to us right away. You sent it to me you sent it the exact same day you got the dream, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're getting to be almost as good a typist as your sister.
It was early in the morning when I got that dream. As soon as I woke up, I was like, "What is all these numbers?" And I was writing them down real quick around 5:30 in the morning.
Yes. Your other dreams. I don't think you ever had as many numbers as this in the same dream. Have you?
No, I haven't.
No.
I don't think the last dream I had had numbers like that.
No, it's amazing how many numbers. Did you want to talk?
Yeah.
Did you want to? Now that I have Snowland on the phone, if any of you have any questions for Snowland, this is a great opportunity for you to talk to her. So let's see. Oh, I see your comment on here.
Yeah, I commented.
Okay, so this is if any of you would like to ask Snowland a question, or Paula, she's right here on the phone. So this is great. Well, I'll go down and read what other people have said, and then maybe some of you will think of something you would like to ask Snowland. Is that okay, Snowland? Or did you have something you wanted to say?
Yes.
Okay.
I commented on the chat saying that I noticed that the three numbers has 4 on it. You notice them? Has 4, 4, 4, 800, 300, and the 200, I think.
Oh, you mean let me put that on the screen, not that. These are the numbers that you saw. Oh, I see what you're saying. So I put the chart on the screen. Now, these are the numbers you saw, Paul, and Snowland, and these are the sequence that you saw them. In other words, 843, 343, then the number you weren't sure about, and then the 294 and the 123. So I put them on the screen. Is this the chart you were talking about, Snowland? Can you see it? Okay. Now, what was your comment?
I noticed that Moralism has 4 in it. Like 8, 4. I can't remember. I don't have the chart in front of me.
Okay, 3, 4. Yeah, 3, 8, 4, 3, 3, 4, 3, and 2, 9, 4. Three of the numbers have 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think that's the Antichrist number? Because you always mention
It could be.
The Antichrist.
It's an end times number. It's similar to 666, but you also have 1, 2, 3, 4 threes also. You get 8, 4, 3, 3, 4, 3, and then 3. And actually, Paula says that's 3, 3, 3. So there's quite a few threes also. I'm not sure if that's significant. And then we have an 8, a 9, and a 2. So I'm not sure if the 3 4s would be significant in that case or not. But if it is, it could be. It's a number for the Antichrist because 2 over 3. Let me see how that works. 4, 4, 4 is. How do you get 4, 4, 4? Do you remember how you get 4, 4, 4? I mean, 6, 6, 6 is 2 over 3, but 4, 4, 4 is it 4 over 9? I think. Anyway, it is. As you say, it is an end times number. So I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that some more, Snowland.
Okay.
Okay. So you think that's significant, the 3 4s?
Yeah.
Okay, that could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that I don't remember, I'm
clearly it has a 9 in it. I think it was neither a 9 or a 4 in it.
Oh, so you don't think it has to be 333? You think it could be another number?
Yeah, it could be another 9 and another 3. 393.
Well, let me just see. I don't think it could be 393 because it's got to be less than 343 because the numbers were going down in sequence. So 843 and then 500 less is 343. And then the number after that is 294. So it's got to be somewhere between 294 and 343.
Yes, I think so, around that range.
Okay, so it could be like if you see a 9 in there, it could be like 329 or 339. So yeah, so see if you can remember what that number was.
Okay, I feel like it's not significant, but at the same time it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure how I feel about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. Paula didn't really explain how she came up with 333. Maybe she did explain and I wasn't paying attention. But in any event, it's a wonderful dream, and there's probably more to it, and that's why we put these things out in the public so that people can have input, and very often there's other people get interpretations that neither Paula or I think about. So, Ellie Hansack says that Angelina represents the angel chip. Oh no. Snowland. Okay, let me see here. The angel chip has been approved by the FDA. I'm not sure if the angel chip is the mark of the beast, but it could be. Adam and Nancy K says, thank you, Paula. I loved your decode of Snowland's dream. And they say, thank you, Snowland, for sharing your dream with us. Okay, wonderful. Okay.
You're welcome.
Let me see. So I think Ellie says that 3,141 days is 8.5 years. And Ellie says this refers to the period after the warning. Oh, well, that could be. I hadn't thought about that. 8.5 years. The Bible says that the tribulation, the Great Tribulation, is 3.5 years, and the tribulation is 7 years. But those are not necessarily exact numbers. Okay. And then Ellie says that 8.6 years is 500, the anniversary of Guadalupe, 2031. Oh, that might be significant. Okay, well, I think that's all. Shepherd's Boy says, thank you, Paula, Mr. T, and Snowland, excuse me. Let's see. Okay, well, I think that's it. I think that's all the comments everybody has. So thank you for commenting, everybody, and thank you so much for. Did you have anything else to say, Snowland?
Ellie says the angel ship has been approved by the FDA.
Oh, I don't know. That could be the Food and Drug Administration. I think the angel chip, I think she's referring to, is a chip under the skin, which is very close to the mark of the beast.
Right. You're welcome, William, for this decode, and thank you so much for helping me to understand it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're very welcome, and it's so wonderful that you're getting dreams again.
Yeah, it's been a long while.
Well, but you got a very significant one. This is a very important dream, and especially since there's so much numerology, and it was fun. I mean, Paula did practically all the work on it, so it was fun to. I think she did a great job overall, and then there may be more to it.
Yeah, I would like to say that when I got that code 3141 before my dream, that was in February, and when I went out, I actually went to Latin Mass with my friend and my sister, and it was a Latin Mass because they removed the Latin Mass from that church.
No kidding.
That was the last one we went to.
No kidding. So the when you got the number 3141, that was the last Latin Mass in that church?
Yep.
Oh, no kidding. That's very significant.
Yeah, they start going in the lunch area, like the basement.
Oh, so they still allow the Latin Mass, but you can't have it in the church?
Yeah.
Oh.
They are allowing it in the where we serve lunch and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, Snowland, I think we better close out the program. I think. Did you have anything else?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Thanks for calling in. And I don't forget, and I want to remind everybody else that Sam Fisher will be on in a little less than an hour from now to do a live stream rosary on his channel. And then I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for another live stream rosary until I do see all of you again. And until I do see you again, Paula, may God bless all of you, and may all of you have a very blessed day. Say goodbye, Snowland.
Bye, everybody. God bless.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.